Hi, I wanted to do a let's play of one of the early computer games from the 1990s that I really enjoyed. It's a role-playing game known as Crusaders, the Dark Savant, and it is the seventh installment in a series of adventure role-playing games called the Wizardry series. So this is Wizardry 7, Crusaders, the Dark Savant. Let's start it up. The Wizardry role-playing games are character-based, where you get to specify the characters like classes and race, and really the skill set that the character gets to go use on the adventure. The very first thing that we're going to have to do here when we before we get to really start our adventure is create a party. Wizardry lets you run, or this particular game lets you run anywhere between 1 to 6 characters. I haven't ever tried it with doing with only one, but at least six is the standard uh, amount that the game is kind of balanced around. So we're going to give that a shot right here. The first thing we're going to do here is enter our character menu. You'll see that we have a number of characters already specified. I have created a couple of these. We'll just go ahead and delete one of the ones that's in here and create a new one. Yeah, we'll go review the Fairy Priest Julian. Okay, so this is, pardon me. Okay, the Fairy Priest Julian. So here he is. He's a priest using good old-fashioned 1990s pixelated imagery here. You can see he's very weak in strength, relatively moderately intelligent, very pious, not very low vitality, modest dexterity, decent speed. His fairy race here, those are super zippy um, critters, and relatively friendly with a good karma. I actually don't know how well the karma system is implemented in Wizardry. I do believe it has some impacts, but I actually have no idea what the details of that are. Okay, so we're going to delete him though. Get out of here, Joe. Alright, and then we're going to create a new one. Okay, so this character here is going to be called, let's see, Dogor. Yeah, Dogor. All right. All right, and Dogor is going to be a wolf. These are the dogmen people. Okay, so he is a male, and we could create him to be a priest, but I don't think that's the type of man that he is. Dogor is really a... I envision Dogor as a lord. Okay, this is a combat-heavy guy. All right, so here we go. We're going to create him as a lord. All right. Now we get to assign some more attribute points. So his strength is moderate, Intelligence is lowish. That may or may not come into play. Pious, vitality are moderate. Dexterity, speed are kind of low. And personality is 14. So he's quite friendly. And with a karma of 0. I again have no idea what that actually means. Okay, so we have 4 spare bonus points based off of how many he got on his initial roll. I think we throw that into speed. Dexterity, yeah. These speed and dexterity give you extra attacks later on as your character gets faster and faster. Alright, we're done with that. And Dogor. Ooh. Is this Dogor? Maybe that's Dogor. See, there's a number of portraits. You can choose ones that don't seem to really match, you know. This doesn't look like a dog man, but you know. Anyways, yeah, I think this is Dogor. We'll go with him. Okay. Then we get to create some skills. Alright, so the very first skill we're going to give him is the sword. We're going to do that exclusively. You can see that I believe that what he starts out with a sword, which is what I'm giving physical. One of the early gates in the game is the ability to swim, so we need to pick this up. We'll do a little of swimming. I actually don't think that that's sufficient, but it'll be enough to start. There is an area that lets you train swimming without dying. Unfortunately, entering a water tile in this particular game is almost always lethal until you train swimming. Okay? Okay, so then we have some other skills here to give him. Theology is his last magic, the magic class for the character. He will need to be able to cast some light healing spells, but he won't be able to do that initially. He isn't specialized magic. He's only able to use the priest healing spells. Anyways, we're going to give that to him because we do need him to eventually learn it. Okay, and karma. We're gonna seal his fate, huh? Alright. Aha, karma of 0. That sounds good to me. Let's see. Alright. So that is creating a character. I have a number of characters in here saved already. I'm just gonna go pick and choose some ones from the list, and we'll just go with whatever looks good. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Add character. This is where we get to pick out who goes where. We'll put Dogor first. And Kato, he's a ninja. Yeah. That sounds good. Kato's a ninja. And let's see, who else do we have? Now, the first 3 characters are like at the front of the party. So any engagements that your party runs into, they are the first ones to get like attacked. Okay, so they're always in range, in short weapon range. They can hit, I think, the first 2 groups, maybe 3 groups of enemies. So just something to keep in mind. You want to put your tanky, heavy-duty fighters up front. You don't want your fragile, like priests and bishops and magic users, typically in the front at all. And ranged weaponry is typically something you would put in the back 3 characters. Okay, so we've got Kato the ninja. And let me see. Do we want a samurai? Maybe we want a samurai. Yeah, let's get a samurai. Macron the samurai. Ooh, that's a good character. Alright. Okay, that's good, Sorrow, so far. Now we're gonna get some support characters. These are we're gonna get the female priest of Arwen, maybe. Hmm. Hmm. Priests are pretty important for healing the party in combat, so I think we'll probably pick one. Yeah. Okay. And then we will get a mage. We should get a mage. Mages are largely the magic damage dealing class. Um, Alchemists as well. I believe that mages typically outperform. My experience is that mages outperform alchemists. I don't know if that's strictly true. Just my experience. Okay, so we'll pick what, Gandalf? Hmm. Hmm. Maybe Fila. Yeah, Fila. Fila is a fairy. Okay, we'll do a fairy mage. That sounds good. And um, hmm, one more support class. Now we could make a new character like a ranger, or we could go with Alcon the Alchemist. Ah, yes. Whenever this was created, that was super duper original. Okay, do we want to do that? Do I have any other? There's a couple other classes. There's a variety of magic classes in the game. Like I believe there's mage, psionic, which is like mind powers. Um, Obviously the priest. There's a couple mixed classes. The bishop lets you use mage and priest spells, but they learn a bit slower. And then the alchemist. So I think, yeah, I believe there's 4 magic schools. They get different spells. I don't mind picking an alchemist. Okay, Alcon the alchemist. Okay, great. I don't really need to review anything here. Let's just hit start. Aha! Please turn to page 25 in your manual and enter the third word located in paragraph 2, line 2. I have my manual. I'm not going to go fish it out of the box, so let me just go from old list of codes. Page 25. Okay, 25 and third word. Alright, here we go.
Inside the ruins of an abandoned temple, you have come in search of treasure and grand adventure.
I am Elithides, with the pen and hand of destiny. It is here within this very chamber that the cosmic forge was secreted by those who had stolen it. When the cosmic forge was stolen, so too was stolen the power by which the fate of the heavens has been guided since the dawn of creation, inscribed by the writ of the cosmic circle. And in the time since the forge was lost, a horrible mishap of events has transpired, which now threatens the very existence of the cosmos itself. In the deep regions of space, a tiny planet by name of Guardia had been concealed from the sight of outside worlds. Concealed by the lords of the cosmic circle to safeguard the great secret buried within it. With the cosmic forge gone, discovery of the planet Guardia became inevitable. But the hiding place of the Astral Domini, the most powerful artifact in the universe, had been found. Even as I speak, an evil presence draws closer to the lost planet with every day, lured by the prospect of its power. It is the Black Ship, the Ship of Darkness, vessel of destruction. Within the Black Ship comes the Harbinger of Doom, challenger to the throne of the Cosmic Circle, the Dark Savant. He plots an end to the Cosmic Circle, to sever the destiny of the stars from its protection, to wield the power of the gods by his hand alone. He searches for the great secret, the Astral Domini, and he has already obtained a part of the key to its mystery. Aboard the ship of the Dark Savant is a young girl by name of Vi. Within her lies a special connection to the Astral Domini, and though she knows it not, it is through her that the power may be won. There are also others, the Terran, the Empari. There is no more time to lose. I will return with the Cosmic Forge to the Lords of the Circle. You will accompany me to the planet Guardia to locate the Astral Domini and protect it until my return.
Inside a tiny bird of steel, you have travelled far into the stars. For months the journey has continued, the strange machine man known as Elithides saying little to ease the discomfort of the cramped and confined quarters. Until, at last, the planet Guardian. "We have arrived!" exclaims Elithides, and everyone scrambles as he activates the teleportation device by which you were first brought aboard so many months ago. Having only a moment to grab whatever scattered possessions are lying nearby, you suddenly find yourself shimmering into a strange new world. A gentle wind blows quietly through the trees, and for the first time in many months you feel alive, at long last, free from the stuffy confines of the strange flying machine that brought you here. It is good to breathe deep these primal airs. An odd tingling sensation begins to stir inside you, unfamiliar at first, but then you remember, and with memory comes an exciting recognition, as if suddenly finding a thing thought lost long ago, for within the air you once again detect the unmistakable scent of danger.
Okay, so this is where we start out the game. There actually are multiple beginnings depending on whether or not you import characters from the previous, from the prequel from Bane and the Cosmic Forge. We haven't done that here, we just created a new party. So, one of the very first things we have to do here is equip our items. Okay, so we're going to do that right now. We get some lovely music, and here we have our items. Now this is something that caught me up horribly as a young person, because it absolutely does not explain that you're supposed to do this. But anyways, you can come to here, you can see we have a grid of items. And we are going to pick up them and drop them on this armor stand. That is how you equip items. None of this use. When I was young, it absolutely befuddled me. Alright, so there we go. We have, this is our Lord, Dogor the Lord. You can see his armor class over here. This is D&D style armor class ratings. This is his schools of magic. He doesn't have any skill points or magic points in anything yet. And we can click on the left and right hand side of the character portrait here. Excuse me, I'm going to clear my throat. And we can go select, scroll through the other characters. So we're going to do that now. We got Kato. We'll put on his cowl, his garb, his other garb, and his boots. You can equip the shurikens, but I actually find that getting them resupplied a little bit troublesome, so I don't think we're actually going to equip them. Kato has the ability to use his hands and feet in combat, and in fact that's like his strength, so we're actually not going to even give him any weapons. He'll be just fine without. Here is our samurai, Macron, or Macroni, or something like that, I don't know. Pretend name. Let's not worry about it. Okay, so we got to, there's our primary katana and wakizashi. His robes. He's not very durable at the moment. Our priest Arwen. Oh, this is a wolf lady too. I don't like this picture. That's not a wolf lady. We're gonna need to go choose a picture for her. 1 second, we're gonna do that right now. So I click on her character portrait name thingamajig there, and we got a picture. Now we can stroll through it, and we're gonna go pick a wolf lady picture for her. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. That's a wolf lady. Very good. Okay. And then our mage girl. She has a fairy stick. Just say what it does. I think you can throw it. Yeah, I think you can actually throw this away, or you can beat people over the snoot with it. We're gonna have to get her a better weapon. She's a backline thing character anyway, so she's never gonna get to use that fairy stick. So we're just gonna not equip it. Gossamer gown. She's a fairy, so she gets these, and a fairy dust. I think we can equip that too, and she will throw it if we choose to let her. This will put people to sleep. No, excuse me. Alright, so Fila here is our first genuine, well actually I think we had the mage, the priest lady, but anyways you can see she is a magic user. She actually has some magic skill points. Not much. She has Energy Blast, and this other one here called Armor Shield. Armor Shield helps protect your party. Energy Blast zaps somebody right in the snoot. Hopefully. Anyways, she doesn't have much. She has Energy Blast costs 2. She has 2 magic points, so she gets to cast exactly once at this point in her career. Okay. And our alchemist. Now he's got a staff, but I have bad news. This staff is not a long staff. It's like a short walking cane or something like that. It actually isn't long enough of a weapon to reach from the back of the party lines to the front. So even if you wanted to hit somebody in the face and beat them up, he wouldn't be able to with this weapon. So we're going to equip it just in case he somehow gets the opportunity to, but we're not going to really worry about that. Excuse me, I'm going to clear my throat again. Now, alchemists specialize primarily. Excuse me. This is why we do this when we're starting to get a cold. So that's excellent. Anyways, he has some earth magic here: acid splash, and itching skin. Alright, and we're fully equipped. We can see here our next level is at 1300. This character is 19 years old. This is on his first life. Now, one of the problems with how this game is balanced is that typically if one of your party members dies, you end up just having a full wipe on your characters. There isn't really anything that can be done about this, just the nature of it. Anyways, so there we are, we're equipped, we're ready to go. And, well, we haven't done anything yet. I can turn left and right here, or I can use the keyboard, or I can use the arrows here. But I think that's all we're going to do for right now. I guess if you're actually watching me play this, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. And I'm out of here for the time being. We'll pick this up in a little while.